Okay, so now we've gotten to a part in our studies in which we get to talk a little bit about the word go ahead. Under the ICAO standards, the word go ahead has recently, well, not recently, several years ago, was changed. Now, the word go ahead has not entirely been worked into the FAA standard phraseology, but in the European or on the ICAO platform, pass your message is now used. And why is that? It's just so that we're better helped to understand the actual meaning of something being said to an aircraft, it being authorized to or for something. For an example, normally if you said something, and Tower, good afternoon, Viva Columbia 345 with the request, and the controller comes on and says to you, go ahead. Sometimes with that, you would understand it, well, continue with your message. However, over the years, when a pilot calls for perhaps holding short of a runway, calls the tower, good afternoon, Viva Columbia 355, holding short of runway 12 on Tango. And the controller comes on and says, Viva Columbia 355, go ahead. That message can be misunderstood or misinterpreted to continue across the runway. And so in order to differentiate between the two messages as to an instruction or I have something I need to say to you, the word is now used, pass your message, okay? Instead of a controller saying, go ahead. So if you were to contact the tower and the tower again didn't hear, or just instead of saying the word go ahead, might just say to you, Viva Columbia 355, pass your message. And you would understand that clearly that it's not an instruction to cross a runway at all. It's not an instruction to go ahead and cross or is cleared to cross. And even the word cleared to cross is a word that's not used when it comes to crossing runways. Cross runway 12 on Tango would be the proper phraseology. The word cleared has a lot of meaning, and therefore it is held to whether you're cleared, authorized for a takeoff or authorized for a landing would be clear. But I don't want to get away from the message here. We're talking about the difference between the word go ahead and pass your message. Go ahead has now been replaced under the ICAO standards with pass your message. Now, this standard has not reached the FAA as yet. So you will still hear a lot of controllers saying, go ahead. Word of caution to foreign operators operating under ICAO, such as Viva, be very careful when you get a message and you're holding short of a runway and the control in the US comes across and say, Viva Columbia 355, go ahead. Remember, that is not an instruction to clear that you're cleared to cross a runway. Remember, crossing of runways have to do with a specific authorization and an instruction. Other than that, you could be operationally held as committing a runway incursion, okay? So it's very, very important we understand that. Pressing on. Okay. Transfers and controls. For an example, the tower tells you, Viva Columbia 355, monitor Miami Tower 123.9er. What does that mean? Does it mean when I'm holding short of the runway, I say, Miami Tower, good afternoon, Viva Columbia 355, hold short of runway 12? No. Monitor simply means that. Monitor the tower frequency. He knows that you're there. He knows that you're in sequence for departure. Don't call him. He will get upset. I'm sorry about that. I got two people in here. Let's do that real quick. You must bear with me. A lot of times when I'm talking, I'm running several different screens here and I might not see something. So it's always good. Just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to just drop you and pick you up from there. So again, re-emphasizing the proper use of the word monitor. When we're instructed to monitor the frequency, do that. Don't contact. Contact is another instruction. It would be something like Viva Columbia 355, contact Miami Tower 123.9er. That is a specific instruction. Monitor just means to listen out. He will be contacting you. Uses of transmitting in the blind when you've had a frequency or a loss in communications, for example, a radio failure, or you suspected radio failure, or suspected that you're not transmitting. Sometimes the use of the word transmitting in the blind might be a good use or good standard practice. I'm sorry, Danielle, you had something else you wanted to interject on?
Yes, Captain, I got a question, and the question
Sure.
is,